Yo, what's up my guy? Today we're diving in on what the hell is going on with Metal Gear at the Delta and explain why Metal Gear Solid 4 is still locked up on that dusty PlayStation 3 according to the producer, and some interesting stuff on how Konami's team are planning on making more remakes or maybe something completely new, and what does this mean for the future of the series without Kojima in the building. Let's get into it. Series producer Noriaki Okonoma did an interview with Japanese outlet Real Sound, and he basically said that Konami is still at the whiteboard stage. He stated, still in the stage of thinking of what to make next. Could be another remake, or we might take on something entirely new. He calls Metal Gear practically a history of video games itself, from pixel art all the way to cinematic stuff. So he says the best way to remake or reinterpret each game differently. They're not gonna just copy and paste the Delta approach on every entry and call it a day, because he would feel that it is disrespectful to the game itself. He also made it clear they had to rebuild the team. A lot of the original staff are gone, so Delta was done with a reconstructed crew. He said they feel confident they preserved the appeal of the past titles by hitting a quality bar modern player expected, and now they're exploring concrete plans for what comes next. They are being cautious on purpose. After Survival, Konami knows if they fumble Metal Gear again, fans are gonna drag them to the dirt. So instead of announcing a full roadmap like Capcom did with Resident Evil, they're moving slower case by case and watching how Delta performs long term. Now the next topic is basically everybody and their grandmother has been begging for Metal Gear Solid 4 to escape the PlayStation 3 jail. Like right now, if you want to play it legally, you're still stuck on that hardware, and Okonama's comment explained why. He says that the PS3 era forced a very unusual design to get a 3D performance out of that tech, and because of that, the Metal Gear Solid 4 code ended up being quite unconventional. Bringing it over today seems like it will be a real challenge. On top of that, he said in another interview that he would like to revisit Metal Gear Solid 4, but he frames it as a tough project. He personally hopes that they can tackle it, but the game hasn't been greenlit yet. Metal Gear Solid 4 wasn't built like a normal cross-platform game. It was turned deep into the PlayStation 3 sales architecture. So that's weird. Custom code everywhere. Porting that is cleaning is messy and expensive. That's why we keep hearing challenges, unusual, complicated, and anytime devs talk about the PlayStation 3 exclusivity coming forward. So if Konami wants Metal Gear Solid 4 off the PlayStation 3, they basically have two options. The first one is rebuild it as a remake with new technology and same story, or go all in on a serious emulator port that works but might still feel kinda shaky. On to the next topic. OKAMURA has already confirmed that the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 is in the work, and the people at the Tokyo Game Show of 2025 quoted him telling fans to please just wait a little bit longer. The expectations based on reporting and data mining is that the Volume 2 is lining up with Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Peace Walker for modern platform. That's not a remake. Those will be ports or remastered, but it will finally get the Guns of the Patriots playable on current console if they pull it off. And what Okamura is saying is that they're just not gonna slam every game into a Delta mode. Some might get the remake, some might get it ported, and some might get left alone if the tech or design doesn't translate well. Let's be real about this. Metal Gear Solid identity is tied to Hideo Kojima in the most way of franchise aren't even tied to their creators. The pacing, the weird jokes, the long cutscenes, and the anti-war themes, that's his stamp. Any new Metal Gear game without him is walking into a minefield. But Okamura basically acknowledged that not by rushing into Metal Gear 6 or whatever, instead they're providing they can respect what's already there, which is Delta, then carefully deciding if they want to do more remakes or actually try something new in that universe. Alright my guy, I want to hear from you. How are you feeling about this Konami approach here? Would you rather see them go all in one more Delta style remake like Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, or maybe 4? Or will you actually want to see a brand new Metal Gear game made by this new team, even without Kojima in it? And if Metal Gear Solid 4 finally escapes the PlayStation 3 jail, are you cool with a good enough port in the Remastered Collection Volume 2? Or do you only want to replay it if they go big and remake it properly?
Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Thanks for watching.